Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey, and today I'm here to take a look at the LG Velvet with the dual screen. I've done my unboxing and first impressions. I've also done my 72-hour review. I wanted to take some time and specifically look at this whole dual screen thing. Is it worth it? I mean, who cares, right? It's got two screens, whoopity-doo. You can have a phone that has one screen, but I think that's what's cool about the LG Velvet, is because all you have to do is just pop the phone out of it and you can use the phone as it's intended as a single screen device, or you don't even have to order the second screen if you don't want to. But if you want to have that crazy cool option for being able to multitask, albeit at the expense of your battery, it's really flexible. It's a nice versatile option that's there, and I want to dive into the weeds a little bit and discuss this and also show off some of the features that it has as well, so you can be informed on whether A, it's something for you, 2, is it a gimmick, and is it worth it? But before we get into that, I do want to say, if this is your first time stopping by the channel, I appreciate you being here. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Now let's see what all this craziness is all about. Craziness. All right, so at face value, you get a case, which is really nice. You can buy these little designer cases. I'll have a link for that in the drop down if you want to check it out. But here we are. It's kind of neat. It's versatile because not only do you get protection, because when it's closed, your screens are both protected. That's really nice. You also get this secondary display on the front. It tells you the time, the date, the notifications, all of those things that most people kind of pull their phone in and out and check periodically anyway, because let's face it, it's the year 2020. A lot of people are not really wearing watches anymore. And if you are, it's a smartwatch, which is cool, but if you're using an LG or if you're using a lot of Android phones, most people are not really hip to a lot of the options that are out there and don't want to spend the money. So having this secondary display on the front screen is actually really nice. Now, other things that you get, of course, you get the fantastic dual screen experience. Of course, there's no facial unlock, so let me go ahead and unlock this. I wish it had facial unlocking. I totally don't get it. It makes no sense. $100 Android phones have facial unlocking, so there is that. But either way, you have these beautiful dual 6.8-inch displays on here. You can use them independently, and that's one of the big selling points on here, because I gotta tell you, I have the Samsung Galaxy Fold, the original one. You can have up to like 3 different applications open at the same time, but the problem is, if you try to use those applications, only one of the windows can be active at once. Whereas right here, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull up Twitter. Easy. We got Twitter on here, no problem. But then on the other screen, I'm going to pull up a YouTube. You can use both of them independently at the same time, so you get actual true multitasking. It's not just multi-availability like they have with the Samsung Galaxy Fold. This is true multitasking. So if you want to have your internet browser open on one, if you have Twitter open on the other one, you can use both of them at the same time. You also can still access the buttons. Over here on the side of the case, you still have the volume up and down. You still have the button to access the Google Assistant. Boop. Hey, there's the Google Assistant, guys. So you still have that. No problem. Now, it is a little on the difficult side to get to. There's kind of like a lip here, and it kind of makes you compromise your position on holding the phone to try and get to it because you lose a little bit of grip. I honestly don't use the Google Assistant button all that much, but I'm glad it's there, and I'm sure some people really like it. However, if you want to make this more like just a regular phone, hold up, guys. Shazam. You can fold the screen all the way around, and then it makes it just like you're using a regular phone, which is cool. But be careful, because if you set this down, it's a screen, so you could risk scratching it up. I don't know what a good screen protector is to get for this because I don't have one for either. And here's the other thing. The primary display is a curved edge display, whereas the display on this one, it is flat. So I don't even think both of them work on there. One other curious thing that they did with the second screen on here is that it has the camera cutout notch, which I'll go ahead and show you. So you can see they have identical camera cutout notches, but there's not actually a camera there. It just makes it look identical to this screen, which, I mean, whatever. And then on top here, that's not actually a speaker. It's an open groove. So in the event that you're answering a phone call or you're talking, you can close it and you can still hear through there, no problem. And of course you have the microphone on the bottom. You're not losing out on any different sort of feedback when you're talking to people on the phone. So you can do that business. It also protects the cameras on the back. It's got the recessed cutout there, no issues. But then you can have different apps that spread across both displays. If it doesn't come on like this, all you have to do is just double tap. It powers it on that way. Now the controls for using the dual screen are actually this little button right there. You go ahead and tap on that and it gives you the options. So you can see put main screen to sleep, turn off dual screen, swap screens, show main on dual screen. So you can kind of pass things back and forth. For instance, we'll go ahead and open up Twitter. We'll hit this button right there and we'll send it to swap screen. There we go. Now it's on the other screen. And then you can fire up whatever you want over here. Very easy to use. And of course, this little button, you can move it different places. It has to be on the edge of the screen, but it can be on the left side or the right side, no problem. Now, some cool things you can do, you can set it up for like when you're playing games. When you're playing games, I'm gonna go ahead and fire up War Robots. Let me turn my volume down here just in case. But when you do that, you can turn on, and you've got an option for the game controller there. You can use the second screen as a controller. So we turn on LG Gamepad, and when we turn on LG Gamepad, it pops up down on the bottom. So, ta-da, now we have these crazy cool controls that you can use down there, and they're customizable. You can set it up, there's console style, there's racing driving style, there's arcade style, there's basic style, and then you can customize your own. You can use it just like this. You can hold it two hands, and then you can use that as your controller instead of having to worry about fat fingering the top screen and occluding your vision, which makes it more difficult to play. So this really is a great phone for gamers, just like the LG V60. I highlighted it in both of them. It's really nice being able to use that. So Call of Duty, PUBG, all of these other games, you just fire it up. Whenever you turn it on, hit that LG Gamepad option, and then you're good to go. You have a dual screen gaming phone. Now it is limited to 60 hertz refresh rate on the display. It doesn't have 90 hertz. It doesn't have 120 hertz, none of that crazy stuff. But most people probably won't care all that much. Also, I actually had to reshoot this portion of the video because there's a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to using the dual screen and having apps work across both screens. With the V60, it was already kind of pre-installed. LG had already put in a suite with some different apps. They had the Dolphin browser, a couple other things that natively already would work automatically with the dual screen. This one, basically there's no dual screen across both screen functionality unless you enable it, and you have to go into the settings. So you go into settings, you go to display. Once you get to display, there's an option right up top that says dual screen. And then you can see the different apps there that you can natively use dual screen with, and then they'll automatically pop up. Actually, you click on it there where it says wide view. So wide view inside of there, ta-da, and then you can see you've got Chrome, Gmail, Google, Maps, Photos, YouTube, and YouTube Music. Those will all work natively with it, and then when you fire them up, you'll see an option over here on the right-hand side for wide view, and that's what will enable it. It's pretty neat. You can go into YouTube, you can have it pull up, and it splits the screen right down the middle because, of course, there's a divider there. And you can see it on both screens, and then if you rotate the phone, then it'll turn up vertically. You can use the top screen and the bottom screen, which is nice. You can do that with Chrome as well. It works out great for browsing because you get this nice gigantic canvas to look at everything. You kind of get used to the whole bar being in the middle, after a while, just because of the divider, but it's not as really super awesome as just one screen, like a foldable, like the Samsung Galaxy Fold. But otherwise, it works great, works with lots of different apps, and then you can just turn it on or off if you want to use both screens at the same time. But overall, I think there's a lot to it. I just need them to kind of make the features a little bit more robust. I have been messing around with it, and it just doesn't seem quite like they're at the same level of sophistication and incorporation as they were with the LG V60. Like I said, straight out of the box with the LG V60, it had several different apps in there already that took advantage of the dual screen, which was important. Again, it is a little annoying to kind of get to the buttons when the screen is open, and also it does irk me trying to type whenever both of the screens are open. So for instance, I'm trying to type here, that's cool, but the screen kind of gets in the way for me trying to use my other hand. Of course, you can always flip it around to the back, which is cool. But then again, I mean, one, you get fingerprints all over it because you're holding it like this. And two, it's not protected. And three, if you place it down on a flat surface, you are risking scratching it up. So those are some of the detractors from this whole thing. But overall, it's a nicety if you want it. I don't really use it all that often, so it's not something where I'm like, oh, this is an absolute head feature. I love the LG Velvet by itself. If you're traveling, if you do a lot of traveling, it's great for kids. It's great if you like gaming and stuff like that, or if you like to do a lot of media consumption, because you can set it down and then you can just throw whatever you want on here. You can put Netflix on there, you can put Hulu on there, whatever. It's like having a built-in stand. So there are a lot of compelling reasons for having it. It's just a matter of, is it worth the extra money? Do you care about it? Is it something that's important for you? If you're a heavy multitasker, if you like to lay in bed and be able to use Twitter and also watch YouTube at the same time and not have your screen cluttered up, it's kind of nice. So that's all I've got. Yeah, like I said, if you are one of those limited sets of people that you really want it and it could help you out in your life, I think that you should go for it and you'll probably enjoy it. For most people, I got to be realistic here. It's really not my most favorite thing at all, and I don't use it. I keep it in the regular case and use it by itself. The whole folding out screen thing just isn't my favorite, but if you like it, then cool for you, and I'm glad. I hope you're happy with it. Now, that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. Like I said in the beginning, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell so you can get updates when new videos come out. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.